Hi all, it's John, exboozehound. Trying something a little bit different. I'm wandering around up Merry Hill, so I thought I'd try and do it on the go. If nothing else, it'll make you feel ill. I'm not really sure what this vlog's going to be about. I've got various ideas in mind, various titles, but I can't really decide which direction to go down. If you like the beard, it may be the last you see of it because it's really starting to annoy me. It's never tidy, and I bought some balm yesterday or the day before, and then all that does is just makes it untidy and greasy at the same time, so the beard may be going rather shortly. One of the things I wanted to talk about, is suicidal thoughts and how these affect people. They're not nice, they're not pleasant, but they are part of the game that we play with the demons. At the end of the day, I know 100% I'll never take my own life. And I had quite a good weekend, but there has been a couple of times at the weekend where I thought, you know what, I'd just be better off dead. What's the point of the effort and all that sort of stuff? At the end of the day, they're real thoughts, they're real feelings. As far as I'm concerned, it's just something that comes to me from time to time. But I know it comes to you guys a lot as well, and I was speaking to a guy last week who, for the first time, spoke about getting pills and ending it all and all that sort of stuff. And it's a sad, unpleasant subject, but it's something that we've got to talk about. Hopefully people being able to talk to myself and other people in what will soon be the Today Together team will help them not do it. Just talk about it, get the information out there and talk about it. The other little thing I wanted to talk about, which is a strange one, after my obviously my last book, which didn't make me much money whatsoever, but that's all right. It's got some 5-star reviews, and it's still available on Amazon. I've been thinking for a while of writing. I stopped walking, by the way, because it was annoying me. I'm thinking for quite a while about writing something called the A to Z Survival Guide of Mental Health and Addiction. And most people, if they were going to write an A to Z thing, I think they'd start off with the A's, then the B's, then the C's, then the D's, like a dictionary would. Not me. What I decided to do was I wrote out the alphabet probably about 4 or 5 times, and wouldn't go on to the next alphabet until I'd pretty much filled each letter with a word. And then when I was writing it, thinking about it, it came to me, you know what, I think the A to Z bit is not needed, because I think I've got it solved in A and B, and you don't need anything else. A is for acceptance. Now, we have to accept. Ooh, that's a bit close. We have to accept the issues we have, the difficulties we have, not just once. We have to accept we have an illness, whether people want to accept being mentally ill, or we have to accept that we have an addiction problem. Acceptance is a massive part of being able to continue with a recovery. And again, it's not just accepting it once, it's accepting it over and over again. So, for example, you may have a set of coping mechanisms that work and have worked for a while, but sometimes these things change, and all of a sudden those coping mechanisms don't work anymore. So you have to accept you need to find another way of coping. And the second part, the letter B, this is stretching it a little bit, but it's something I talk about an awful lot, and it's bad behaviours. And the reason I say it's stretching it a little bit, because I always talk about learned bad behaviours. How to sum this up is over the years with our mental health issues or our addiction issues, we've learned to react to certain things in a certain way, and they're natural reactions. So if somebody invites us to go somewhere, we're, oh God, no, I can't do that. Or if someone phones us on a bad day, we'll ignore the phone and not reply. If you wake up in the morning and you feel, I just can't face the day, you put your head back under the duvet, and all these things are fine, to a certain extent, but sometimes you have to challenge them, and that would be for me. So for example, just to explain it a little bit easier, if you bang your hand on the table or whatever, you're quite likely to say ow, even though it didn't hurt. So that to me is a natural reaction. That's a learned behaviour. So what our minds do as mentally ill people or people with addictions or anybody with issues, they've learnt over the years to react in a bad way, in a negative way, i.e. learn bad behaviour. So what we have to do is spot our learned bad behaviours and try and change them, and try and react to them in a more effective and efficient and perhaps positive way. Can't be done all the time, again, going back to everything we've all said before, you've got to pick your battles, you've got to pick the times. Sometimes you just have to feel sorry for yourself and mope about, but hopefully if you work on looking at your acceptance and you learn bad behaviours, you'll start to not mope about feeling sorry for yourself more. That's what I believe anyway. What I try and do when I get into a situation which is upset me or getting me low or whatever, I just try and ask myself one more question: is there something I can do about this? Can I react in a more positive way? Can I find a better behaviour to react to whatever this situation? There was other things, I can't remember what they are now. Gone past 7.5 minutes, so I'm going to shut up. I look forward to catching you soon. Obviously, there is Today Together is starting to pick up pace, and I'll put a link on the thing down here below so you can have a quick look. There's not much on there at the moment, but it is picking up pace. And again, if you are able to help me out financially a little bit, there's a PayPal account as well. I hate asking for that, but it is what it is. If you can, you can. If you can't, you can't. Simple as that. All right, I'm gonna do one now, and I'll catch up with you soon. Don't forget acceptance and learning to change your bad behaviours. And that's the A to Z survival guide of mental health and addiction done. Catch you soon. Ta-ra.